Hello? Are we good? Are we nice? Are we welcome? Are we here? Are we existing? Hello. How you doing? Welcome. Welcome to this live stream. I'm hoping there's people here. I don't know though. I don't know if people were expecting me to do the third album today or not. But we are. 3 albums. Sup, Tom? How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Just a little bit earlier than usual. Just a little bit earlier because I like to make sure that I don't have to rush for work, right? I'm just going to quickly get the names of the songs sorted in the text document, and then we'll be good to go, okay? So, not that one. Yep, Fiverr and I. And if I go back a little bit, where was it? Jay Chou song ranking. There we go. So I'm down to the bottom. And then album 3. And what song titles we have? We have Half Beast Human today. That's the first track. Yeah, you can if you want, Tom. It's totally fine. You go for it, man. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. It's so chill. Dragon Fist. Where is the train going? Split. That's track number 6. Grandpa's Tea. And then we have Back to the Past. And then Little Ironsmith and Milan. And then Final Battle. Right. I think we're good. We'll put this on a new page. There we go. Put that on a new page. There we go. Cool. Sup Shredders. Hello. My name is Logan, aka Spiderhands. And welcome to this SB live streams today, where we are going to be checking out some, we're going to be ranking some more tracks from Jay Chou. We've done the first 2 albums this week so far, Jay and Fantasy, and now we're with the 8th Dimensions. And maybe Tom. I don't know, Tom. We're just going to have to see. I don't know where we're going to go with these rankings today. Sup, Suzu? How you doing? Welcome. And sup, Jacob? How are you doing? I don't know how this is going to go down. Sup, RG, right? Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, we're going to be doing the 3rd track today. Ranking all of these via a point system. If we switch over to here, you can see here that I have like a point system for these tracks, and if you go up, you can see like I've been basically this system that I've had has been ranking each of the songs in each of these albums based on the vocals, the main theme, rhythms, coloration, which is like melodies and harmonies, the structure, the ornamentation, so like how like flashy is it? Is there lots of stuff to shimmer and appreciate about the performance? Is the performance actually cohesive? Does it make sense? Does it sound human? Is it or like if it's not human, does it? Oh, cool. Thank you for letting know that I'm not muted. That gave me a bit of a fright for sure. I know Spotify is muted though, so I better turn that up. We're just gonna do like a little sound test. Hopefully that's not too loud for you guys. I'll put it like to halfway whilst I do this. No, I won't. I'll be patient. I'll just let it run. I've been doing these for 2 days now. Why would it suddenly be different on the 3rd? Yeah, pinky swear. But yeah. And then we've got production, feels, and overall. At the moment, the highest rated track out of the 2 albums is Black Humor. The track I disliked the most out of these ones is Basketball Match. So the top and bottom, but once we're done all 5 of these albums, we're going to do 4 tomorrow and then 5 the following day. I'm going to be making a video that I'll basically summarize my thoughts on the top first 5 albums of Jay Chou's career. And then we might even get into some other musicians, because I still want to do the big album live streams monthly with people. I like that sort of ability to just chat with people. But I'm also hoping that, And I'm hoping by doing this stuff with these point systems that people will just be able to appreciate, like, if they just want a more straightforward, this is the points thing, they can just watch that. And obviously that's why I'm doing a more succinct video of the scoring stuff so that people can just be like, oh, what does he think? What are his favorite Jay Chou songs? Because I get asked it. You know, I get asked for my favorite Jay Chou ones. Now, you can just check, because I won't remember the scores off the top of my head, but we have, like, literal scoring system now. So, that out of the way, we're going to listen through each of these tracks from start to finish and hear what we think. I'm not going to be considering the lyrics in these rankings just because the translations are too difficult, and, you know, I don't know how to review or rank stories. They're so subjective, and it's almost impossible not to be biased about it. But let's get started. Let's go. Half Beast Human, track number 1. Go back to the start. There we go. So I'm just going to type some stuff. You guys can talk amongst yourselves and just have a chill time. The woodwinds and orchestral section, which is kind of dope. I like it sounds like a movie soundtrack. It does sound like a movie soundtrack, to be fair. Okay, that's cool. I'm liking this. Is nice and round and very dramatic. Now, the thing I always think is, are we going to stick with the theme? Sup, yin, ao, shi? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. The thing I always consider, half beast human is so weird. Sup, Shin? How you doing? The thing I always consider with these tracks is we've got this orchestral intro, and there's a really interesting melody there. Are we going to consider with that throughout the rest of the track, or is it just kind of like a faux intro and we're getting into the actual song now? You think it's an ad song? It might be, eh? I think someone vaguely told me it had something to do with Warcraft or something like that back in the day. The turntablism and hip-hop sound a little fresher, the production bit brighter. I like the tone of the drums here. There's lots of rhythmically interesting stuff occurring. The production quality has improved, I think, in this album already. It sounds a little more brighter and a little bit tighter. It's going to get a good score from rhythm just because the really interesting stuff happening with these cymbals here. Cool. Fantastic flow with the melodic rapping here. The chanting, you know? I'm just going to double check something really quickly. I know this is potentially seen as unprofessional. I just want to make sure that everything is good volume-wise. Yep, it seems good volume-wise. Cool. I just don't want to have to do this again. You know, it's not the same having to redo an entire album review twice. No, still don't like it. Why did the growlies sound so loud? I don't like the growlies still. I remember not liking the growlies when I first listened to this track. And I still don't. They're too loud in the mix. Is it meant to give you a fright or something? Nice warm layering with these background vocals, actually. I kind of dig it. Nice layering. I don't think that this is actually good for the song to have the marching and stuff like that. At Williams Castle, the organ and the bells and everything like that made sense from the perspective that it also sounded good with the music, but I'm getting a sort of a sense of cognitive dissonance from the marching just with what I'm hearing from the brass and such. It kind of sounds like a Warcraft. Thanks, Bolin. I appreciate that. As a listener, like I know what it is, but it's very vague the connection I'm making between the Foley sounds of the marching and the instrumental accompaniment, and how it just stops. Slight variation of vocals in this part. His rapping. Okay, it's alright. I mean, I don't particularly feel anything emotionally about this one. There's a sense of neutrality to it. I don't know, man. It's like, it's so well polished that I almost miss the roughness of I miss the roughness and the raw tones of the first and second album. I don't know. It's probably going to appeal to a wider audience purely because of how professional it sounds. Sup, Lanny1185. How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Score-wise, Half Beast, Tumen. Oh, hang on. Gotta just copy that over. I'm glad that people are hyped for it, man. And maybe I'm just oh, hang on, that one. There we go. I'm just kind of I'm ambivalent. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no. I haven't played the game, and I appreciate people helping me to understand it. I'm semi-familiar with the concept of World of Warcraft. I understand there's like different like factions and stuff like that. I'm glad I didn't play it as a teenager because I wouldn't have stopped. I'm very easily addicted to video games, very sensitive to that, so I don't think I would have gotten out of it, you know? Vocals. Part of me wants to say that's a really strong vocal performance. I'm gonna give that a 7.75 because compared to a lot of stuff we had recently, especially with like the rapping flow is incredible. It's not quite an 8, but it's definitely getting up there, and I think it's considered, especially with the rapping, we're coming into our own with it. The main theme. It's interesting. It's a really interesting theme. I don't personally. Like I think if you look at it from the perspective of does it describe a scene when you relate it to the Foley, it does that well. You know, like half of these scores are dependent on other parts of the rhythm. A rhythm's 8. I think genuinely there was a lot of cool phrasing from the percussion and also some of the other instruments here, and as well as the vocals that kept the interest there. Coloration. The coloration of it, the melodies and harmonies. What do I want to say about that? While I personally didn't feel any sort of sense of connection to it and didn't necessarily elevate or disappoint me, I don't think that can quite be fair to the harmonies arrangement. The quality of those parts of the mix was high, so I'm going to give that a 7.5. The structure of it was kind of discordant to me. I'm not sure why we suddenly had random bits where we just marched and stopped. As a person who doesn't understand or speak the language, I think that the experience that you have with this song is dependent on watching the video. And while I can appreciate that, I am of the opinion that your song should be enough to carry without the video. The video should make it. The video should be the icing on the cake. So I'm gonna give the structure 7. It wasn't bad. It was good. Was it good though? I don't know if it was good. I think it was kind of lazy having that second half of the chorus repeated like that. Good morning, everyone does album for yes. Who have we got here? Got to start up Deep L. Oh, no, hang on, don't go away. No. Oh no. I broke it, guys. This is what happens, man. You get too excited. And then you just got to do that. There we go. That's better. That still looks okay in OBSA. Yeah, that's fine. DeepAL. Who do we have? DeepAL? Yeah? You cool? You gonna load? I need to find out who this person is. Here we go. Ding Lu Yang. Sup, Ding Lu Yang. We have, but I'm doing it differently this time. I'm ranking the tracks. I'm giving them numerical scores. So yeah. It is live. Yes, this is a live stream. I'm ranking it as a live stream as well. So people who didn't get to participate in the original one. Judong Huang. Sup, Judong Huang. How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, this is live. This is not this is not a video. Thank you, Lenny1185. It's my thinking beanie. This is the one I use when I need to do calculations of numerations and stuff. Ornamentation, it's possible, even though I know there were little bits of like entertainment for like the Foley and stuff like that. I don't think it necessarily added to it. The performance itself, I think it was capable. I'll give it 7.25. Again, it elevates it partly because of Jay's chemistry with the rest of the parts of the accompaniment. The production is disappointing because of that, that weirdly loud orc sound. I don't like how that was placed. I think considering how well the rest of it was done, it's a detriment. So I'm gonna give that 6.75 for production. No, I'm from New Zealand. I live in New Zealand, Tom. I live there where we have Kiwis. Feels. It was. I don't know, man. I don't think I felt anything really. I don't really like the song. I don't really like. I didn't listen to this and feel as if I feel any better from it. It's kind of meh for me. So I suppose it should be a 6, right? And then you've got E29 to M29. So that's gotta do this times 9. So this is that's a spicy one. So that's 7.19. Track 1, 7.19. Yeah, New Zealand's good. We're just going through some stuff at the moment with the COVID, so just be aware of that at the moment. I had a bit of an upsurge in it. Yeah. Feel free to let me know what you think of the scores. I will do my best to be respectful. Okay? Track number 2, Iron Box of an Island. Okay. Beautiful intro. Although I think that's someone. I don't get the context of the intro with the main. I think it's too videoed. Again, the production is absolutely stellar in this. This is what I needed from the entirety of the first track. Ah, well, then you'll probably be fine, Tom. You'll probably be fine. Yeah, the production is stellar. Still using a bit too much. The head voice. I like the guitar. More back the vocals in the chorus are gentle and reflect the accompaniment incredibly well. Nice harmonic shift in the second half of the chorus. very strong, compelling, and engaging. Yeah. Part of why I'm not upset that we're repeating the chorus twice in this one is because you have the shift at the halfway point of each time where we go into a different chord progression, and we don't do the lazy AABA thing. We kind of go to a C section. Really great songwriting. This is one of Jay Chou's best, like, most how do I say this? One of Jay Chou's most interesting hooks. Harmonically from like a coloration perspective. So yeah, really strong start. That's okay. Enjoy your lunch break. Have a good time with lunch. Thank you for stopping in. The mixing and mastering is great. Everything is so smooth. It'll be good to see if we have more dynamic range. I don't really like the key change into the second verse, but hey. That's okay. Yeah. I think maybe this will help people to understand why they think the way about the songs that we're listening to, you know. I'm hoping that people will think about, you know, why do I like the vocals, or why do I like the the rhythms in this, or what do I like about it? Because I ask a lot of people what they like about the music they listen to, and a lot of people don't know what they like about the music that they listen to, and I think that's a shame. Because if you can figure out what you like, especially if you are a musician, you can use that stuff that you like to make even better music, you know, once you become aware of it. Alright. It's kind of boring me a little bit at this point. I think this is where I started to get irritated in the third album review. Yeah, the vocals themselves are fantastic, and this is why I've separated them into several different sections, because while the vocals are phenomenal, Jacob, I'm not really feeling even these backing vocals aren't particularly new or like compelling or engaging for me. It's very conservative, very safe songwriting in this one. Especially when you compare it to the first. I know that there's like no stylistic sort of like sense of direction with it. Like when we're not trying to go, oh, this is a theme, this is the next theme, you know, but at the same time, Sup Shredders, how you doing? Yeah, it's just, I don't know why they had the jingle jangles here. It would have been more effective to me personally to have just had those sound bites on the intro and outro to kind of lead us at an out. I mean, like, I'm not upset about this key change because there has been no precedent set for there to be any sort of flashy stuff within this track. It's a very gentle, caring, kind song. So it's not like I'm surprised that we're doing a key shift. Is it kind of lazy, in my opinion, to just kind of elevate it and just put that sort of melody up a step and call it a day? It's kind of lazy, in my opinion. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. It's just because I know that Jay Chou is able to do so much more. Although, to be fair to Jay, maybe this is just it's probably what he wanted, right? You know? 11 million plays, like, that's 11 million people potentially liking it more than I do, right? And that's fine. I'm glad that it lifts people up if they get depressed. I'm really glad about that. Yeah, nah. No. I'm starting to get irritated now because of the fact that you've just got that same thing copied and pasted. It didn't need to be 5 minutes. This didn't need to be 5 minutes. Even if there's overdubs, it doesn't necessarily add to the experience. Primarily because the overdubs are a secondary thing. You know, like they're not kind of breaking the wall, panning the vocals to the side, and then putting something in the center to kind of go to increase or take away. They're not even They're not even really doing any sort of anything interesting with the relative accompaniment. It's kind of sad, really, because like I like some parts of this a lot, and it's just so yeah. This is not getting a good score for structure, I don't think. Yeah, well, I don't know if I'll make friends with these scores I'm going to give this one, but I'm not here to... I mean, I'm here to meet people and chat and stuff, but I'm also here to be transparent about how I feel about these songs, you know? Yeah, see this here? See how this Foley is at the end? This, like, sample thing is at the end? It makes a lot more sense for me to do that, to come in and out, have the intro, set the scene, tell the story throughout the song, have the experience, go out and have that conclusion there. Have a journey, you know, that's totally fine. But the random jingle jangles in the middle, that's just inherent laziness to me, because it's like, oh, you know, like as someone who doesn't understand the story, it's like, oh, you're just putting it there. Is someone leaving or something like that? I suppose maybe that's it. But yeah, okay, we got Iron Box of an Island. Vocals are they're 7.5. I just preferred the flow of the rapping a little bit more than I preferred Jay's vocal quality in this one. Yeah. I'm gonna go with this. Is why I'm using scores as well, because at least it'll help people to understand why we came to it. Main theme. It's oh yeah, I suppose it's like a classical kind of theme, isn't it? It works well. It's a little bit better. Is it a bit better than good? I'm gonna give it 7.25. It's a little bit better than good, but it was a little bit too conservative with its sort of coloration and taste there, I think. Yeah, absolutely. It's the sound of it, but as someone who doesn't understand the lyrics or the language, I'm just hearing bells. And this review is done from the perspective of someone who doesn't know what the song is about. That's the kind of, I suppose, arguably unique thing about this review process. Rhythms are a 7, you know, conservative rhythms. Coloration's a 7. You know, structure is a 6. It really upset me that we had that second outro there, primarily because I just think the laziness of the key change, even if it's pleasant to listen to, isn't necessarily exciting. And the song is quite long. It's probably too long, in my opinion, to have that much of the same. Ornamentation, there was very little ornamentation in here. Yeah, I'm also going to go for 6.5, or maybe even a 6. The reason I think this is a 6 is because I think there was so much space to do more that wasn't capitalized on by Jay. It's not a 5, because I don't think it's average. I can still... There's little bits of vocal ornamentation there that kind of saved it from being a 5. Performance... I mean, it's a good performance. Everyone played their instruments well, but it wasn't anything that necessarily felt sort of like exemplary or even great. Production-wise, I think the production was a 7.5. I'm really happy with the production. The vocal quality is excellent, and the glowing of the different instruments is great. I would have liked a little more dynamic range with it, but at the same time, I can understand for a ballad like this that it's very important to have that consistency with the perceived loudness. Feels, it was like a 6.5 for me. I didn't necessarily relate to the track or feel as if I learned anything from it. It's a 6.86. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I suppose if I was generous, I'm just disappointed because I feel like you could have done more with that. And since we've gone through the last 2 albums over the last couple of days, I know intrinsically that Jay Chou is capable of much more than that. It was too safe for me. So track 2 is 6.86. So yeah, apparently I didn't really like that one that much. I think the budget increased for production, and simultaneous to that, I think Jay Chou was maybe a little more cautious about the fact that he needed to make sure that money kept coming in, so that he could continue to produce at that level. Track number 3, Secret Signal. A song that has an engaging guitars and strings, singing, and they're Yeah, the vocal score is going to be better for me for this one primarily because I think there's a better syncopation or a better sort of sense of like unison with the other elements of the arrangement. And I love the effortless vibrato that's going on here. It could well be an 8. Yeah, I still like it. I think it's a great track. I've got very little to complain about at this point. Lots of variety and range between the verse and bridge and the extras and the build are so like sweetness to the vocals and a bit of phasing going. Kinda wish that there was more variety. And the percussion. I wish there was more variety with the percussion, but outside of that, dynamic range. Dynamic range. That's what I was missing from the second one. I wanted there to be some quiet bits, not at the end and the start, but in the middle of it, just for things to sort of quieten down a little bit, just to have a moment, just to appreciate what is gone before it came back. Fair enough, Jacob. Well, we will see, but I like low-key, I haven't visited these songs since we reviewed them, so I don't know. I don't know what we're in for. This is legitimately a new experience for me. I'm treating it as if it's the first time I've listened to it. That's okay, Aspire Nutoni. Thank you for coming into the office anyways. Hopefully your work's going well. Nice little... Wow. That is as featured in the previous albums. Bass is in unison with the kicks. I need something new for him. Please. Let there be an interlude. Let there be something different at this point. Please, let there be something different at this point. I swear if he does a repeat... Good. I would have been really upset if we hadn't had something new here. If he had just gone and had an instrumental break and then back into the chorus, it would have been getting a 5. A 5 or a 6 for structure. Straight up. But I will agree, the head voice is too much. He's straining. It's unnecessary. He should have either re-feed the comps or just kicked into... That's a classic example of someone who is trying to sing in a key signature that is not comfortable for him. He needed to reduce that key signature about a half semitone so that he could hit those notes more cleanly. I will agree that his voice is strained in that part. It's unnecessary for it to be that strained, and I just feel as though there's still some stuff that Jay Chou is learning about vocals. Despite his skill on the mic, it's a technique thing, you know. He's improving as he goes along, but that was a little bit too ambitious for my tastes, and it affected the quality of the recording. It sounds hard, man. It sounds legitimately difficult for him. You know? Wait, did I enable English subtitles? Did I enable subtitles? No, I didn't. Shit. Shit. Shit, shit, shit. Can I enable closed captions? How do I do this? How do I do it? Fuck. I've just realized there are no closed captions. That's gonna piss people off. How to enable closed captions when live YouTube. How do I do this? That's annoying. That's annoying. I'm gonna see if I can do something real quick. I'll be right back, okay? Why can I not do this?